next project, we're going to do a rag doll. And this is one of the very first, earliest rag dolls that were ever made. There's examples of rag dolls made exactly like this that have been found in tombs 2,300 years ago. So they're pretty old. So they're very easy to do, and they're very similar to our little wool doll. Simple materials. We need a piece of cotton that is 12 by 17 inches. And you can just rip these. Doesn't matter. Doesn't have to be neat and tidy. So 12 by 17. 24 by 24. This part's going to be the body. This is going to be the arms. Then we need another piece, about 2 inches by 6 inches, and that's going to be her bonnet. And then we need another piece, about 6 by 8, and this is going to be her apron. And then we're going to need something to tie it up with. I use pretty peacoat ribbon. You can use string, you can use binder twine, whatever you happen to have on hand. So to make her arms, first off, you notice that I've cut little clips in the fabric about every inch and a half. We're going to literally tear this into strips. So we need our fabric wrong side to wrong side together. You're not going to see the wrong side of your fabric. It just makes it look nicer. So I'm going to make a lot of noise and I'm going to start ripping. So we'll come back to the camera in just a couple minutes. All right, and we're going to finish the last couple rips. And now, basically like the yarn doll, this is going to be her arms. So we're going to take our tie, and I'm just going to cut a little slip off here. And we're going to wrap it around the edge, and this is going to be her hands, and this is going to be her arms. We'll tie this end. Nice and tight, so we don't want them to come undone. And then we're going to go around to the other side and do the exact same thing. We won't worry about all these ratty ends right yet. I'll cut them off in a sec. I'm going to wrap her around again. Really tight. Okay. And just give it a little twist. It makes the arms look a little better. And we're going to cut all these little ratty ends off so she looks a little neater. So we'll just set this aside. Now the next part we need to do is to make her body. And we're going to do basically the same thing. We're going to take our 24-inch square and we're going to have it wrong side to wrong side. And we're going to start ripping. So if you just bear with me for a couple minutes, away we go. So now we've finished doing all our rips. So that's a lot of rags. Now, like the wool doll, we have to give her a nice head. Now it kind of looks kind of like that. So we're going to take some of the longer pieces of thread or the wider pieces of fabric, and we're just going to wrap it around so that it looks like her head's a little smoother. Now if you want to get really fancy, you can take a little bit of cotton batting or a little bit of scrap wool, whatever you have around, and just make it so that her head, see how her head's a little formed now? It kind of looks like a head, but not close enough. So we have to give her her neck. We're going to tie that. With the head, you don't have to make it look perfect because we're going to put a bonnet on her at the end of this, and then it covers up most of it. But you know, if you're a little on the perfectionist side, guilty as charged, you may want to make sure she's smooth. So there's her head. So the next part is we need to put her arms back in her, and the way we do that, just like the wool, you split it in half. Split her body in half. And so this can be a bit of a... All right, so we have her split in half. I'm going to take her arms. I'm going to slip her arms right in through the middle of the body. And we're going to bring those arms up as tight as we can up to her neck. See how good and tight that is. She looks rather surprised that she's got arms now. Then I'm going to tie her around the waist, just like we did before. And this little lady is going to have a smaller waist, so she doesn't look as full as the other one. But I use the exact same fabric, so it's just a matter of playing around with the fabric and getting it to do what you want it to do. So we can stop there, and there's our finished Miss Lisa, but we're going to make her a little better, not one to have a boring doll. So let's give her a bonnet. You take the 3" by 6" fabric that you have and just fold it in half. So we're going to make the edge nice and neat and tidy, and we're going to drape it across her head. So, and then we have to hold her bonnet on, of course. So we'll take another one of the pieces of string and we'll just tie it around her neck and give her a little bow. And then she has a bonnet. Let's see if I can do a bow upside down. Let's try it this way. There. So we have her little bonnet. We'll just adjust it so she looks nice. Now the one last piece, she's got a bonnet, she might as well have an apron. And that's really easy to do. You take your last piece of fabric, and I just used an old piece of lace that I had laying around, and you cut it in your 6 by 8 piece. Just to make it neat and tidy, I usually fold it down just a little bit at the top. Then we're going to pinch it. You know how you make box pleats? When you pinch it, you pinch it, you pinch it, like so. Then we're going to lay it on the front of your doll, like so. And take our other piece of string, and we're going to tie it. So there's nothing holding it to her front, it's just across her waist. And we have a lovely little apron. And give her a little bit of zhuzh and tie it on the side. And then we'll adjust the top of her apron. Her apron not really pretty. And there we have Miss Lisa all done up. She's another really cute one.